So it is starting. We have started this little discussion we're gonna have today about Wonder Woman, the movie. We watched this movie about 2 days ago, and yeah, what are your overall thoughts of it, Mister Juan Dizimo over here, JZD? What do you think of Wonder Woman?
It was a pretty good movie.
This pretty good movie.
Yeah.
Now we do have some other friends who watched the movie with us too, but they are not in this room right now because of circumstances. There were some doubts about Wonder Woman as a movie. Some people were thinking that it wasn't going to be a great movie and it wasn't going to live up to expectations. But from my personal experience, I think Wonder Woman is actually a good stepping stone for the DC extended universe. And it's a good, film for a woman, actually. One of the first female lead superheroes out there. So I'm not quite sure if there's any other superhero films out there with a leading woman. Black Widow doesn't count. So, Wonder Woman, yeah. What did you think of the actress Gal Gadot from Batman v Superman? What did you think when she was, announced as her leading Wonder Woman? Do you have like objections against her? Were you like, yeah, I'm all for her? What did you think?
At first, I thought she was really flat.
What do you mean by flat?
To be Wonder Woman, I thought she didn't have.
Physique for it?
Yeah, I didn't think she had the physique for it. Kind of a little skinny, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when you think of Wonder Woman, you think like.
Well,
her-
you don't. I mean, when you think Wonder Woman, you think more of like Well, not muscular, but like toned. I guess is the word for it.
Well, she was muscular in the movie. Gal Gadot.
I wouldn't say muscular.
You're saying she could be a little bit more muscular, like,
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
And she-
saying she could be a little bit more muscular and a bit more have a bit more in the front, if you know what I'm saying. She could be a little chest heavier.
I feel
but-
yeah. 'Cause Wonder Woman usually has a really, I guess, curvy.
Not to say she's a bad actress. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's not. We're not saying she's a bad actress,
No,
but
she wasn't a bad actress.
ideally, physically, she's not the first choice you would make when it comes to the physical look of Wonder Woman. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I understand your point. I mean, she's very. When I first saw her too, she was.
I thought she was too tiny. When I saw her in Batman vs Superman, I was like, wow, she's really small.
She's really small. She's skinny. I mean, when you think Wonder Woman, you think she's thick. TH.
Well, not thick.
No,
Not
she
TH,
is though. She is though. Wonder Woman is thick though.
Not that thick.
She's not that thick, but she is. She has the curves, man. She has the curves for her body, like the chest, the butt. If you look at her closely, she's kind of thick. But yeah, I mean, I get your point. She doesn't really look like Wonder Woman in the beginning, like when you see her, see her body. But when she came into Batman v Superman, I mean, did it change your mind at all, or you still thought, wow, this person?
I still thought she was really small, really tiny.
Really small.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I thought, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I thought, yeah, she's still a little bit too small for, Wonder Woman, but you have to admit her scene in Batman v Superman was pretty fucking cool.
It was pretty shoehorned, in my opinion, but we're not going to get into that.
For me, personally, I thought her scene was great, but even though Batman v Superman was kind of an awful movie.
It should have just been a Batman movie.
Yeah, Batman was great in this movie. Ben Affleck's Batman was fucking amazing in that movie. We're not gonna get another Batman movie until like 2019 or 2020, but
Feels bad, man.
I know it feels bad. But her introduction into the DCEU, you said it felt shoehorned.
Well, the whole the scene, it just kind of felt shoehorned.
Do you want to explain a little bit further why you feel that way?
It felt rushed, but that's just Batman v Superman. That movie was just rushed.
Yeah.
So that's that's just my bias, I guess.
I see. I understand what you're saying. It's it did feel a little bit rushed, because Warner Brothers is trying to play catch up, trying to make their own cinematic universe like Marvel is, and so far it hasn't been doing well. I mean, from our Suicide Squad review last time. It
The
was
movie was trash.
that movie did not do as well. I mean, we all knew it wasn't going to do very well as a movie. Suicide Squad. It's just, it sounds ridiculous. No, I mean, it made a shit ton of money, but story wise, it's just not great. So yeah, enough about that. Let's continue on with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, this is Wonder Woman, not Batman v Superman.
Yes, this is Wonder Woman, not Batman v Superman. So I asked you about Gal Gadot. Of course, she's an Israeli. Did you feel like her being Israeli impacted the Wonder Woman role in any way? I mean, usually when you think Wonder Woman, American, symbolism automatically pops up because she's been a part of American culture for so long. But then again, she's Greek herself. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on this ethnicity kind of thing going on for her? Do you think it was a problem for her? Do you think, it helps, relate Wonder Woman to other people? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I don't really think it affected her too much in terms of like nationality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the accent was a nice touch, I thought the accent was a nice touch.
Yeah, it kind of gives you the idea that Wonder Woman is a foreigner. She's an outsider, basically, even though she's still, was on planet Earth. She's still considered an outsider because was from a secluded island that no one knew of, and plus she's from Greek mythology too. Greek mythology is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think her being Israeli changed anything really.
I read some news earlier that they banned the movie in some countries because she's from Israel or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman was an Israeli, they banned the movie. It was from some weird country. I don't know what it was, but I just saw it in the news. So this is why it's a little bit of a subject to touch on about, because some countries are still a little bit upset that an Israeli woman's playing a hero like Wonder Woman. I mean, of course, for us, it's like no problem at all. It's she after watching the movie, I'm like, wow, okay, I understand why she's Wonder Woman now. She did a great job, in my opinion. But other people may feel differently about it. They might think, Wonder Woman shouldn't be this Israeli chick. She shouldn't have nothing to do with the movie. But for us, it doesn't matter. She did the job. She got the job done.
Yeah, she got the job done.
Yeah, she got the job done. I mean, her acting wasn't bad. It was okay. And hopefully it'll get better by the time the Justice League movie comes out. All right. So, in terms of origins, do you know anything about Wonder Woman's origins? Do you know like how she was created? Do you know how she got her powers? Do you know anything about it?
I have no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You're the average person.
Yeah, I guess you could say I'm the average person. I mean, I know she's got the lasso. She's got the invisible plane. She's got the super strength.
So that's what you knew coming into the movie.
I mean, what else? I mean, of course, she's got the red, white, and blue. So I was like, oh, I guess, she's American.
Because she's American.
Yeah.
So that's all you knew about Wonder Woman. You didn't know anything about her origins or anything about, how she got her career started as Wonder Woman or anything like that.
I mean, not really.
All right. Okay. So, in terms of origin, the movie did kind of stick close to what the comics have. I mean, in this movie, they're going the New 52 route, which means that Zeus is actually her father.
Yeah, I got that from the movie.
Yeah, they did that in the movie. Zeus is her father. That's also from the New 52 storyline. Before that, she was actually made from clay. There was like two different origins for Wonder Woman. She was made from clay, and then Zeus gave her, life through lightning. But they opted for, Zeus being her father instead. So it's a mix of both origins, I guess. So of course, yeah, she's basically a demigod. Her mother is still the queen of Themyscira.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the same. How she got her armor and her weapons are different, though, from what I remembered. From what I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Steve Trevor crashing onto Themyscira is correct. He did crash land into Themyscira, and Wonder Woman did leave with him. But from what I remember watching Year One Wonder Woman, she only got the mantle because she went through a tournament for it, not because she felt like she had to help them with the war.
Uh-huh.
But given the circumstances that the movie said, and the movie set is in World War One era, so this is, where they call the World War the end of all wars, the beginning of the wars, or whatever. This was like the war, and then Steve Trevor is an American pilot. He was a spy for the British intelligence, and he crash lands onto this island, and then he explains the entire role, and then he Wonder Woman's like, okay, this must be the doing of Ares, the god of war. He's behind all this shit. He's the reason why World War One started, which kind of sounds silly. I mean, coming from looking at it from a realistic point of view, I mean, mankind itself is greedy, and they hate each other, and this is their own reason why they're at war. But in Diana's mind, or in Wonder Woman's mind, she thinks that Ares is the reason why World War One is happening. So, touching on that, what do you think of the story? What do you think is appropriate, or do you feel like it's a Captain America ripoff? How do you feel? How do you feel about this? I mean, because people do think it's the Captain America ripoff, even though Captain America was set in World War II. Two different war eras right here.
I mean, yeah, they're two different eras, but I guess you could think it if you think about it. Yeah, I can kind of see where you would say that.
That's a ripoff?
Yeah, I could see where you could say that, but I mean, they're totally different universes. And I mean, I don't think there's any way to introduce her any other way than the way they did in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Her being, I guess, naive to how the world actually works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Her way of thinking, I think, I honestly don't see any other way they could have made the movie without going that, route, I guess.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I think you're right in that, because you can't just introduce Wonder Woman in present time. I mean, you can.
You could. It should be kind of hard to work out.
Yeah, you could. It'll be kind of hard to work out. And plus, giving Wonder Woman this rich background story, it sets her up for another movie. So even though she went through World War One as Wonder Woman, she can go through World War II again as Wonder Woman. I mean, There's plenty of wars she can go through. There's plenty of history that she can go through and learn about the true doings of men, like how humankind is, how mankind is, and how it evolves her into the superhero that she becomes in present day. So, yeah. I mean, the movie starts off like a couple of months before. Like after Batman v Superman, like a couple months after Batman v Superman, she's in Paris. She's like working at some museum or some shit, and she gets like a photograph from Wayne Enterprises, which was a nice cameo by Bruce Wayne, but he's not actually in this movie. He gets her the original photograph that she took with her World War One comrades, and then it goes back into flashback mode, and then after Wonder Woman was an entire flashback. It was the World War One.
Yeah, basically.
It was an entire flashback, like of her time during World War One. That's it. That's her entire fucking flashback, and then it jumps into present day afterwards, and that's where they're gonna jump into Justice League, which comes out later this year also. So, yeah, I mean that's how they're gonna have it set up for the rest of the DCEU. There weren't really any references to other DC characters besides Batman that I know of. Steve Trevor, of course, is also from the comics. We'll talk about Steve Trevor in a bit because his role is a little bit different in this movie. The villain, Ares, of course, he was he is the main antagonist of this movie, and he doesn't really show up until later in the film, and it's a twist on who he is.
What a twist.
It's a twist on who he is, so you guys wouldn't see it coming. Or maybe, who knows, a real detective, maybe. But yeah, other than that, there weren't really any other mentions towards any other DC characters. This is like an isolated movie. You can watch it without watching Batman v Superman or any of the other Justice League movies that are coming out later this year and the year before that. Oh yeah, you saw the DC intro, right? What do you think of that? I thought that fucking intro was amazing.
I thought it was pretty neat.
It's pretty cool, dude. Yeah, DC has a new intro that they're going to use for every single one of their films. They have, this cool sequence of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and then you have Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern. It's pretty fucking awesome, dude. It's so yeah, that's pretty much it about the intro. What do you think her role is going to be in the upcoming films? Do you think she's going to be a major player in it? She is going to help Batman recruit the rest of Justice League, of course.
Oh yeah, she's got the money.
She's got the. I don't know about that. You see,
she looked like she was like a historian of some sort in the movie.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if she's rich or not. She probably is. Given Batman v Superman, she looked like she's rich as fuck. But yeah. So let's continue on about the film Wonder Woman itself. So they're saying Wonder Woman crushed box offices, $100 million, first female-directed superhero film to ever, accumulate that much money. So $100 million, first female-director to do it. What are your thoughts? Cool, right?
I don't think it would matter if she was female or not.
Yeah, but when you think about it, there's really not that many films that are directed by females that are superhero films, actually, and that could actually fucking crush $100 million. That's a lot of fucking money, dude. $100 million.
True.
Yeah.
I guess you have a point.
Yeah. All right. What do you think of the pace of the movie? Do you think it was going too fast? Do you think it was great?
I think the pacing was just right for what they were trying to do.
Yeah, pacing, right?
Pacing, yeah. Although I wish they would have introduced Ares a bit
sooner.
Yeah, a bit sooner. Because towards the end, I was like,
he was introduced to us, but you just gotta have an eagle eye, or just be like, oh shit, that's Ares.
Yeah, but I never would have known.
Yeah, it's true. It's a twist. It's a twist. You're like, what the fuck? You're Ares? And because in the story, how it works is that Wonder Woman, like we were saying earlier, she believes that if you stop Ares, you stop the entire war. So she kills this German officer, and she's like, okay, why isn't this war ending? She believes that he's Ares, and Steve is like, this is not how it works. This isn't how things work in the real world. Like I got to go stop, these people from killing even more thousands of people. Join me, or do whatever you want. And then she was like, nah, fam, I'm just gonna go back home or some shit. You guys don't deserve me, or some shit like that. So it's something melodramatic. I don't fucking remember what it was, but Ares finally reveals himself then, and then they have some huge ass battle. Speaking of the huge ass battle, that action sequence. That was good. It was good. What do you think? Do you think it's better than Batman v Superman? How was it?
I think the action scene was I thought it was pretty good.
It was good, right?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Although she was getting her ass handed to her.
Well, I think it's part of the superhero formula, like Power Rangers and shit.
Oh yeah, she couldn't be OP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she can't be OP. She has to get her ass beat first, and then she can, Hulk the fuck out. But during that entire fight sequence, like everything leading up to the fight sequence, there was a lot of dialogue in between. Where they talk a lot about their mission. Diana learns a little bit more about what's going on in the war. She sees the cruelty of war, like why aren't we helping these people? And then Steve's like, no, we got a mission to do. We got this mission to do. I understand you want to help these guys, but we got a mission to do in order to save more people.
Basically, a greater good.
Yeah, a greater good, but it's a bigger picture out there.
Sacrifice the few for a greater good, I guess.
That's what he was trying to do. He was like, yeah, we can't save everyone. He actually said, this is a war. We can't save everyone. And then her being Wonder Woman, she's like, no, fuck this. I'm gonna go and do what I want to do and just save the day. That trench scene where she pops up from the trench, dude. That scene was epic, man. I couldn't put it into words, but it was a great feeling watching her on view of the shield and the sword, and actually, charging head in and like, destroying the Germans.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a great feeling, and then afterwards, we have some more time with her and Steve. They get close, and eventually they have a relationship, kind of a relationship. They hook up pretty much for like one night, and then the movie fast forwards then to the Ares battle. So there was a secondary villain, but she wasn't really important in the movie. Her name's Dr. Poison. She probably was in the comics, but I can't remember much about her anyway. She's probably like some secondary harmless villain, that you can just throw away. She's not that important. She plays a huge part in the plot of the story. Like, she's the chemist who creates this gas who's going to destroy like a bunch of people, kill a bunch of people. She's also the person who's being influenced by Ares, yeah. He influences her to create this gas and whatnot. And I mean, she lives in the end, which is kind of, I mean, it makes sense that Wonder Woman shouldn't kill her because she's a hero, but yeah, she lives in the end. Ares is the main villain. What do you think of Ares as a main villain? I mean, he is a main villain in the Wonder Woman lore, but the average audience have no idea about Ares and what he can do. So what do you think of him as a villain? Do you think he's like?
I mean, I think when people hear the word, I guess, or the God of War, it's, I mean, I don't think you need to know any of his like backstory to know that it's probably not good.
The fuck with him. To mess with him, yeah.
Yeah. As a villain, I mean, they were using a lot of like, I guess, Greek mythology during the opening and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it fit, and it makes sense. It's not like it's like an unexpected character or unexpected villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not an unexpected villain, so I think it all fit together nicely.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have anything bad to say about Ares being the villain.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know he could use lightning though. I'm not sure if that's actually.
I didn't know either. I did not know you can use lightning either. I guess him being the son of Zeus, it makes a lot of sense, right?
I mean, it makes sense, yeah, but I'm not too sure if that like he can actually do that, like not IRL, but like like in the mythology.
Yeah. Because usually you think of Ares, you think like fire or some shit like that. Right?
Yeah, I just thought weapons and fire, and I'm like, okay, yeah, but when he shot the lightning, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, apparently it's labeled as God lightning or God thunder, so it's a different form of lightning. So it's Zeus's lightning because he's Ares' son. I mean, not Ares, he's Zeus's son. I got that incorrect. So it's it's weird. I mean, do you know anything about Greek mythology?
I mean, I studied a little bit of Latin, so the Roman mythology and Greek mythology are a little. They're similar, The Romans copied off the Greeks. Yeah, the Greek mythology is I guess you could say the OG mythology, and then the Romans just kind of gave them new names and everything, but they pretty much stuck to the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah. I mean, Zeus is Jupiter, Ares is Mars, Aphrodite is Venus.
Yeah.
Hermes is Mercury. It's pretty much the same mythology, kind of. Just the Romans gave them different names, and it might be different stories and whatnot. But the integration of Greek mythology into the real world is always an interesting thing. I mean, I've always been a big fan of Greek mythology, especially because of the Percy Jackson stuff. That stuff is great. I'm not sure if you read the series or watched the movies, but Percy Jackson was great. So them bringing in Diana, Wonder Woman, into reality, finally giving her a movie, it's like part of that Greek mythology nerd is satisfied. You get to see Zeus, you get to see Ares. Well, not really Zeus. You see him briefly in like a CGI form, and he's dead. By the way, in the DC extended universe, he's dead.
They killed him?
Oh no, he's dead. No, he's dead. he's either dead or he's some fucking where I don't know where he
Yeah, I
is.
was about to say during the movie, I'm like, if Zeus like was fighting Ares, then like where did he go afterwards? He just kind of dipped out. He's like, all right, y'all, later.
Yeah, he was like, all right, y'all, I'm done.
I'm out of here.
I
I got
did
my
my
ass kicked.
I
I got my ass beat.
did my part. I'm gone.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, so there was some. Do you have any characters that you really feel attached to in the movie? Because I know I felt I really attached to some of the characters in this movie. Like the guard who trained Diana. That was a very sad scene for me to watch. Um, of course, Steve was a really good character. I believe Steve was a good character. I mean, even though he has his own flaws, he's a hero at his core. And I mean, those two characters I really enjoy the most, actually, out of the Wonder Woman film. So yeah, do you have any characters you felt attached to during this film? How do you feel about it?
Um, I mean, I kind of saw what happened to what was his name, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming a mile away because I'm like, well, he's gonna die, of old age anyways,
Eventually, yeah.
eventually. So I'm like, they're not gonna drag that out. They're gonna do some, he's gonna go out with a bang,
Hmm.
basically. Um, I guess Steve and Diana were the only, to be honest, were the only like,
The only characters you cared about.
yeah, for the most part. I mean, the other soldiers, they were important too, but
They didn't catch your attention.
I mean, they did, but at the same time, I mean, they were in a good half of the movie.
They were. They were in a good portion of the movie. Yeah.
But I mean, they didn't have enough, I guess, backstory. But at the same time, it's like
Oh,
it's during a war. They can't really be like, oh, well, when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
yeah, it is focused on Wonder Woman after all.
Yeah, it was more focused on those Steve and Diana for the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I didn't really
Feel
feel
attached.
attached to most of them.
I understand. It's understandable. I mean, I think it's okay for you to feel attached to the main character and maybe one or two side characters, but I felt attached to the guard who taught Diana how to fight and stuff. I mean, it's heartbreaking to watch her die because she was like, I don't know. I felt like she had more time with Diana than the actual queen, her mother herself. I felt like the guard was more of a mother to her than the fucking queen. Unfortunately,
I mean, I thought she was just dumb. I thought the queen was dumb because it's like this is gonna happen one day. You're just
yeah,
like prolonging the inevitable. Like just get it over with, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
yeah. I mean, the queen forbid Diana from doing a lot of things, and she hid the truth from Diana. So Wonder Woman actually is a god killer. So Zeus created her as a weapon to kill gods. Um, it is part of the comic lore in the New 52, I believe. If she takes off her gauntlets, she go on, like full god mode, and she's fucking OP as shit. But I mean, in the movie, Diana doesn't know until she fights Ares, and he's like, "Oh, you didn't know? You're the weapon. That sword that your mother told you about. That's not the God Killer. You're the God Killer." And we're like, "Whoa, that what a twist!" But Steve Trevor, yeah. So Steve Trevor actually is a heroic character to his core. He fucking sacrifices himself during the final sequence of the movie. There's this plane that's about to take off. He hijacks it and he blows it up in the middle of the sky. Well, before that, he hands Diana like one of his watches, and he's like, "Look, I gotta do this. Blah 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 blah. I love you." And then he jumps off to the plane, and then he hijacks it. He flies it all the way up to the air, and he destroys the plane that's filled with gas that can kill everybody. So pretty much he committed suicide in order to save everyone else for the greater good. Diana seeing this, she goes on a rage and she unlocks her potential or a part of her power, and then she starts fucking up Ares. And there was there's this one scene where it looked like it was from Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Stay Night, the anime where Ares like summoned a bunch of swords. It's like Gilgamesh, like he summoned a bunch of swords, and then he just starts flying towards Diana, which is like one of the greatest scenes, for or in that movie, in my opinion. It was a really great scene. I mean, you don't think it's anything like Fate Stay Night, that scene, right?
Yeah, I didn't really. I see what you're saying, but
Actually, you know what? I thought of another scene. It reminds me of that scene from Kung Fu Hustle. Have you seen Kung Fu Hustle?
yeah.
That scene where the two guys with the musical instruments, they start fucking blowing swords all over the place,
Hmm.
and then the guy with the spears, he starts setting him towards their way. Yeah, it's kind of like that scene. It's more, I like that scene. Um, hmm. All right, so Wonder Woman overall, I thought it was a good movie. Do you think it's like? Do you think it's necessary to watch Batman v Superman and all the other movies before watching this movie?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was just not to put the movie down by any means, but it was it was just a flashback. It was
It's
a
like,
flashback, so I mean, you can with the they infer that she was speaking to Bruce Wayne,
uh-huh.
so it's like you know
Yeah, just a flashback
but I don't mean it like that though. Like you
yeah,
don't need to watch Batman v Superman to
to understand this movie. Yeah.
yeah, I mean you can clearly see Bruce Wayne
Oh, but does
on
it
the
give you more context as to why she showed up in Batman v Superman? Like, does this movie gives you context, as to why she appeared so late in Batman v Superman?
mm, not really.
Not really.
Not really. I mean with the in Batman v Superman, I mean they already alluded to the Justice League,
Mhm.
and there are some people that didn't understand, when Bruce pulled up the computer and he pulled up all the different symbols that you saw, the Flash symbol, Aquaman,
Yeah.
Cyborg. The one that threw me off was the one for Cyborg, but then I finally understood it after we had a talk about it. But I mean, other than that, I'm not like a really big, I guess, superhero / comic book person. But even then, I already knew who they were.
Oh, for so you say you were off about Cyborg?
Yeah. It threw me. I was like
Oh,
robot. I'm like robot, and then
Cyborg.
yeah. It took me a minute for Cyborg.
It's not my Cyborg. That ain't my Cyborg.
He's not my Cyborg. Okay.
My
I mean, he's not
Cyborg.
my. He's not my. What do you call it?
He's not my preferred Cyborg.
Yeah.
My
Yeah. He's
preferred Cyborg is from Teen Titans.
he's too thin. Yeah. When I
He's
think of Cyborg, I think of Teen Titans.
Booyah.
Cyborg.
Yeah, Booyah.
Yeah, that's what
What
I
if he
think.
said Booyah in the Justice League film? That'd be fucking.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
don't think it'll be the same. I
Of
could be
course, it
wrong.
won't be the same. It won't be the same.
I could be wrong.
Um,
I'm usually wrong, anyways.
I mean, this movie wasn't a flop. It was actually pretty fucking good, though. I mean,
I mean, it kind of couldn't be a flop. You know what I mean?
if
I'm
it
pretty
was
sure
a flop,
DC
then
was
they
like,
flopped.
I'm pretty sure DC was like, shit. If we don't get this right, we're screwed.
I mean, it made a lot of money.
In my opinion, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly. It made a lot of money though. So, given the circumstances of Wonder Woman story-wise, after her flashback, we're gonna jump into the Justice League now. Do you have any expectations for the Justice League movie? Do you think it's gonna be good? Do you think it's gonna be bad? What do you think?
Where's my Flash movie?
I don't think the Flash movie is coming out until next year. Actually,
Jesus Christ.
2018. Yeah.
I want the Flash. Why can't I run to the future to watch the Flash movie?
I know, right? Be like Barry Allen, Run to the Future.
No, then you'd fuck up the timeline.
Sure. I mean, timeline's already fucked anyways.
True.
It wouldn't matter.
Sorry, what was the question again? I kind of.
What are you expecting from the Justice League movies?
It better be good.
It better be good.
Yeah, I feel like the Justice League movie is gonna be. I guess I'll just say it now. I was hoping that they would have gone the Marvel route where they kind of introduced everybody at least one movie
Uh,
and then brought them together like Civil War did. I think that was really like,
Top
you know,
notch.
I thought that was top notch. One because, um,
You mean like Avengers?
well, yeah, like Civil War. Well, Avengers, yes, but Civil War also had a lot of a lot
Right.
of the heroes
That's like a
from
build
the.
up of like 20 films though. Just
Yeah, it was a build of 20 films. Correct. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and then you said that The Flash is getting a movie in 2018, right?
Yep.
What I mean, when is Justice League coming out? Is there a set
This
date?
November.
Oh, is this November? Oh yeah.
This year.
Yeah, I mean they're missing technically half the team, They're missing Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman. Yeah, I mean that's three and three, you know what I mean?
You know what DC's doing though? They're gonna introduce them in Justice League. That's what they're doing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, but
They want to be different, dude.
yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I
Yeah,
can see them trying to be different from Marvel.
they don't want to. They didn't want to copy Marvel.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
see why they'd be doing that. I can see why people would, say like, "Oh, they're just copying off of Marvel." Like, "Oh, it's so original." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so original.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of individual movies, so the Flash is going to be next year. It's probably going to be set after Justice League, either that or it's going to be another flashback movie. Um, because I mean it might work. Then Aquaman comes out next year also.
Mhm.
Then after that, we're gonna get the Batman solo movie, and they actually announced a Batgirl movie and a Nightwing movie, which is I don't know how they're gonna do it because there's just so much going on right now. They still haven't even introduced Green Lantern yet, and Green Lantern plays a huge part in Justice League. So I don't know how they're gonna plan out the rest of the DCEU, but um, Superman obviously is going to be back in Justice League. They're not showing him in marketing promotions and whatnot, but he's going to show up. He's a huge part of the Justice League. So I mean, are you excited for Justice League? I mean, look, honestly, Avengers. When I first watched Avengers, right, I was like, holy shit, this is the first time we're seeing a superhero team on the fucking big screen. Even though it's not Justice League, you know, probably the premier superhero team. It's still a superhero team. It built up from Iron Man. It was one of those feelings you get. It's like you have goosebumps. It's like holy shit, I can't believe I'm watching this right now. It's like this is one of the greatest team ups ever. So I want to have that same feeling for Justice League, but with the way they're going, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that feeling because they're just gonna introduce everyone in the Justice League movie anyways. So it's like you don't get the same feeling.
Right. That's what I'm saying though. That's back to what I was saying though. That they're all individually, their characters are introduced. Their characters are fleshed out a bit. They have a 2-hour movie, so you get a feel for them.
Yeah,
You get a feel for the actor. You get a feeling for the movie setting and the plot and everything.
yeah,
And then I just feel like with the Justice League, it's gonna feel a bit rushed. I'm gonna watch it no matter what, but
yeah. It's gonna feel a bit rushed.
it's just gonna feel a little bit rushed, and I'm not too sure. Like yes, like you said, not sure if it's gonna be the same feeling like Avengers because that
Yeah, I mean, whenever we first watched it, you're like, holy shit, this
yeah.
is
I mean, I don't think anything can top it off. I
anything.
think DC.
Nothing can talk there. You're like, holy shit, this is.
Yeah, I think DC won that one.
You mean
I mean,
Marvel?
not DC. I'm sorry, Marvel won the. They got to it before.
They got to it before DC. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And DC was like in the lead for so long.
yeah, they were.
Yeah. So it's wow, fuck, man.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the same feeling.
Uh,
I mean, I hope the movie's good because I'm paying money for it, and I hope it's a good movie because
it
I'm
had
a fan.
Batman in it.
Yeah, it's got Batman. It's got Sad Affleck in it. It better be good.
Yes, it had Batfleck in it, dude.
Batfleck. That's a good one.
uh,
Oh, shit.
yeah, yeah. So overall thoughts. Overall thoughts. Wonder Woman. A good movie. Rating. I mean, would you go see it again? What do you think?
Um, I'd watch it again.
You watch it again?
I'd watch it again. When you mentioned the Rotten Tomatoes rating, I was like, it might be a little overhyped.
Uh huh.
I think when you first mentioned to me, it was like 91, right?
Yeah, something around that
Yeah,
area.
it was like a 91 rating, and I was like, it's probably like a 80 something,
Uh huh.
and it's pretty much the same, at least for me. It was still like a 80. If I had to give it a grade, it was like a 85.
85 out of
Yeah, it was
100.
a good movie. I enjoyed it, and
Yeah,
I'd watch it again. So yeah, I'd give it 85.
85.
Yeah. Hmm. Definitely.
Actress is okay.
Yeah, yeah. Other than in the beginning of this, just those are my only gripes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, yeah, good actress, good movie. Decent supporting characters.
Hmm.
Um, good story.
Hmm.
It wasn't too. I guess they didn't skim over it like they did Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They didn't. They. I guess
It
they.
wasn't a shithole like Suicide Squad either.
Yeah, it wasn't a shithole like Suicide Squad. They build the world better than they did for Batman v Superman,
You,
in my
do
opinion.
you think? Do you think it's better? It's because it's isolated from the DCEU. I mean, you can watch this movie entirely by itself, and you wouldn't know that it's part of the DC universe.
Mm, I think it's too soon to say. It's too early.
Too soon to say.
Yeah, it's too soon. Too soon to say that it's good only because it's isolated from the DC universe.
Interesting. I
I
feel
think.
like
I think. Yeah.
I feel like it is a little bit better because it's isolated so far from the DC universe because it gives it time to build that story and it gives it time to flesh out the characters a little bit, give them character development for a little bit. Instead of like rushing this and that, like in Batman v Superman, you're like, whoa, Batman's this way because oh, I gotta get back to the training. Superman is that way because oh my god, he's a vigilante, he's not doing justice correct, blah 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 blah. So I feel like the isolation is I mean it does do wonders. I mean it gives us a fleshed out, story about Wonder Woman.
I think that Batman v Superman just has left such a sour taste in everyone's mouth
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, I agree.
the reason
I
why.
was super overhyped for Batman v Superman.
You better say Fat Man v Superman.
Batman versus Superman, but it didn't live up to expectations. So now when people see DC movies, they're like, what are we supposed to expect? It was a
Yeah.
misleading title. It was a misleading title.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that fight didn't even last like 10 minutes. It was
It
like
lasted like a good 5, I think, right?
yeah, like a good 5 to 7 minutes. It wasn't even that much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know who would win either ways, you
What
know?
Batman?
Yeah, I mean, he had the kryptonite, so and he had the kryptonite spear, so I mean,
Batman
and
for the win.
Superman's weakened form versus Batman's his what do you call it, his suit,
His suit,
plus
his
the fact that he had the kryptonite and he sprayed it at Superman and he was vulnerable. If Bruce wanted to, he would have just
he
stabbed
could
his
have killed
ass.
him. Yeah,
Yeah, he could have killed him. He
he
had him on
did.
the ropes for the good
Good amount of
end
fight. Yeah.
end portion of the fight. He had him on the ropes. So if we can argue back and forth, but if he wanted to, I think he could have ended Superman.
Yeah.
But then he would have been fucked because he was just sitting in the back shooting shooting grenades. He's just shooting grenades like, I'm helping, guys. I'm helping.
With my gas gun, guys, with kryptonite. I'm just sitting in the back.
He's just sitting in the back just shooting.
Wonder Woman and Superman do the fucking heavy lifting.
Hey man, Batman is a support character, okay? He carries, okay? He support.
Yeah, yeah, he does. All right, so Wonder Woman. Oh, man, I don't think I have much more to talk about. I mean, it doesn't really set up the events for the next Justice League movie. It's gonna go into the next Justice League movie, but it's not gonna set up events for the Justice League movie. So it's it's a good film that's isolated. I think it's a good isolated film for the DC universe. I mean, do you want the other films to be isolated too? Like the Flash, Aquaman, self-contained stories.
I mean, they can have little like little Easter eggs. I think I'd
Enjoy that.
yeah, I'd enjoy it. I'd appreciate if they had little mini, not cameos, but little Easter eggs. Or you're like, huh, hey, I saw
Oh,
that.
hey,
Or
yeah, it's Barry Allen.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's the Flash, or it's
Flash,
Aquaman, like,
man,
or something like that.
something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
there weren't many Easter eggs in this movie, anyways. The only Easter egg, is of course Bruce Wayne Enterprise, and that's it.
yeah, that was the only real Easter egg, I guess, but not even.
Yeah, not even. It's not. Yeah, it's not even.
Yeah, not even an Easter egg. It was like a mini cameo, but like you can hardly,
Yeah, pseudo cameo.
pseudo cameo. Yeah, I guess that's the word for it, if there's a word for it.
Yeah. Any cons about this movie? Any negatives you can think about this movie?
Cons. Hmm. Maybe I should have wrote stuff down. Not that I have much to say, but cons.
Maybe better supporting cast.
Yeah, but it's like I said, they only have so much time for
For a movie. Yeah.
so much, and adding backstory to each and every supporting character.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would have liked it, but then again, I'm not the one making the movies, and these movies do have very high budgets, but at the same time, they
You gotta hustle.
they got to hustle basically. So, I mean, yeah, better supporting cast. Um, now that you mentioned any negatives, I guess at the beginning, the whole like training scene and whatnot.
Yeah.
The CGI was kind of a little off when I watched it. I was like, oh, something's a little off.
The CGI in the beginning.
Yeah, when they were like training,
Oh,
just a little bit. Like I just noticed it a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just me or not.
okay. When she's as an adult.
No, as a child.
Okay, well, as a child.
Yeah, it kind of went like a little potato to me. It went from CGI to potato CGI real quick. So I was like,
I mean, overall, the CGI wasn't that bad in this movie.
it wasn't that bad, no, but it just, I don't know. It just stood out a little bit to me.
Yeah,
so I was like,
the immersion a little bit. Yeah, I feel what you mean.
I was like, like the CGI could probably use some work, but then, like I said, they can only do so much with what they got,
Yeah.
And they made it back and more with the movie.
Mm-hmm, of course.
But I mean, that's the name of the game. You gotta
make money.
Yeah, you gotta make money. So I mean, yeah, that's my only gripe: the supporting cast and the.
How about the
CGI.
appearance? How about the appearance of Wonder Woman? Like, what do you think of overall outfit and stuff?
I think it was fine.
You think it was fine?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. But like I said, I don't think she filled the costume like I mentioned earlier.
Because she's skinny as fuck.
Yeah, she's really thin. Well, not really thin, but she's thin.
She is pretty thin.
Yeah, she's thin for a Wonder Woman, but
I mean, hey,
I think they picked a good
Wonder Woman, yeah.
Yeah, I think they picked a good Wonder Woman regardless of that. Yeah, that's my only gripe. I'm not a really big picky person.
All right.
So that's just I guess my 2 cents on how it was.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Being a comic book fan, I'm pretty excited for this stuff. It's good that I'm alive to witness all this stuff. It's like a crazy nerdgasm, as some people would describe it. So, it's good that you're experiencing this too. Well, I'm glad the average audience can experience this glory too, because you do represent the average audience, right? You're the average.
Yeah, I guess you could say the voice of the average. The average, what do you call it?
Average man.
I guess the average super deep into comic book,
like non-educated comic booky kind of stuff,
Yeah, I mean, I know a little bit, but not like
you're just a casual.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Casual, just casual fan. You're not like super hardcore into it.
When you say it like that,
What do you mean?
call me a filthy casual.
Filthy casual.
I feel like you call me a scrub lord or something.
You're just a casual, buddy. It's okay.
I guess, yeah, that's just a good word for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good film for casual people who who don't know anything about Wonder Woman or DC Universe. So it's a good starting point.
Yeah,
All right,
it's a good starting point.
Yeah, we've both voiced our opinions on it. I thought it was a good film. It's a huge turnaround from Suicide Squad and Batman v Superman for sure. For the rating, we'll probably give it an 85, also 86. I mean, I enjoyed the film, but it ain't no Winter Soldier. You know, Winter Soldier is a fucking good movie. Because some people were like, you know, they were comparing it to other movies. It's a really good film, but it ain't no Winter Soldier. It's still one of the best comic book. It's still one of the best comic book movies out there. The Dark Knight, also one of the best comic book movies ever.
I think one of my favorite.
Exactly. You can't compare Wonder Woman to those films. Those films are fucking great.
Yeah,
like, they're great on their own. So, Wonder Woman was a good movie, but I wouldn't compare it to, Winter Soldier or Dark Knight. Those are like masterpieces. Especially the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's a masterpiece.
That's a fucking masterpiece.
I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah. Look, even though Christian Bale was Batman and
Dude, Christian Bale's my favorite.
But I like Batfleck better.
Oh my god, Batfleck is good. Okay, I will not deny it, but because I watched American Psycho and because of dank internet memes, Christian Bale is my favorite Batman.
So you like his voice too, right?
Yeah. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
It was hilarious when I first watched it.
I'm gonna watch The Dark Knight after this, dude. Shit.
Yeah, I kind of want to marathon The Dark Knight again.
Oh, we should.
I did it like 2-3 months ago.
Dude, we should, man. I have it on Blu-ray. We can watch it in Ultra HD. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for this this little review, this little podcast that we have for the Wonder Woman film. It's looking bright for DC. Wonder Woman was a good turning point. I hope the Justice League movie excites all of us, as the Avengers movie did. I mean, yeah, that's about it. Do you have any last words, GZD? Juan?
Go watch the movie.
Yeah, go watch the movie.
I guess if you heard this, then you probably either already watched it or you spoiled yourself for no reason. But go out there, watch it, form your own opinion.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Yeah, form your own opinion. I mean, our opinion is not, the definite opinion, like the one you have to follow. But
yeah, definitely not. But I mean, watch the movie, come back, re-listen to it, see if there's anything that you disagree with, and just take it from there. It's really not much else that I guess that I can say or that we can say.
Yeah.
It's the first movie out of how many movies are they making for Wonder Woman? 3? Or are they just
so far second confirmed. No,
second's confirmed. Yeah. So I mean, just watch it. It's a good movie. Watch it. It's support the DC. So if you're a DC fanboy or a Marvel fanboy, you know what I mean, or you just like watching people going at it with from both sides, or if you like both sides, because there's nothing wrong with either or.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with liking either of them or both of them for that matter. So just go out there, just watch it. It's a good movie. Form your own opinion, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He said it. He took the words right out of my mouth. Just form your own opinion, and you'll definitely enjoy Wonder Woman for sure. And hopefully, the DC universe will bring us more good films.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening to this. I hope you guys enjoy the video and enjoy the film if you go out to watch it, or watch it a second time or enjoy this podcast. So let us know what you think, and of course, subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye.